Hi, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sweet Tea, and I'm just laying in bed tonight, chilling. Honey, it is so late, and I just could not sleep. So I thought I would come on here and just talk to y'all for a little bit. I wanted to know how many of y'all out there believe in ghosts. You feel me? I thought I'd tell y'all about my past experiences with ghosts. Yeah. You feel me? Um, the subject about ghosts is one that really intrigues my little girl. She's asleep right now, but she often asks me to tell her my ghost stories, because I told her, back in the past I have experienced ghosts. Okay, so let me get started. I'm going to let y'all know what happened in my past about my experiences with ghosts. Okay, so when I was younger, it was me, my brother. He was young, little. I was young and little. And it was my grandmother, right? We lived in the same house together. Of course, my grandmother was raising me and my brother. Okay. So my great grandmother, she had passed away. She had just passed away. She ended up like going out of town, and she just felt like she needed to get away because her husband had cheated on her, and she couldn't take it. She was very hurt. So she ended up going out of town, right? So when she went out of town, she got a motel. So she decided to, I guess, go for a walk or whatever the case may be. But when she came back in her motel room, I heard that she had unlocked the door, and as she tried to enter her door, a man, ran and ran in the motel room with her, and he ultimately took her life right there in that motel room. We heard that he strangled her to death. My beautiful great grandmother, you feel me? She was a beautiful woman with a nice head of long hair. She had long hair, and a voluptuous body and some pretty lips. She was a beautiful woman. And yeah, and that's my grandmother, who has since passed as well. That was her mom. But um, okay, so when that happened, um, the police came out to my grandmother's, our house, whatever, and knocked on the door and let my grandmother know that her mom had passed away. They let her know the circumstances around it. You feel me? And my grandmother just broke down. She was very, very, very hurt. She was torn apart. You feel me? So she, cried on me. She talked with me, and she told me how she felt about it and everything. And then as time went by, not too long, about a couple of weeks, she said she had heard her mom, who passed away. She heard her ghost in her closet. Like, she just was experiencing, odd things happening in her bedroom, and she felt like that was her mom, spirit, ghost, as they call it. You feel me? So I was like, wow. Okay. So here's my experience, right, with that. I was laying on my stomach, and to this day, I don't lay on my stomach no more. As you can see, I'm laying on my side. But I was a kid back then, and I was laying on my stomach trying to get some sleep, and I felt like a hand pressed down in the middle of my back, like that, like this. I felt the hand just as plain as day, and I felt the pressure of someone sitting on the bed beside me, and that hand going in the middle of my back, right? So I stayed like that, laying on my stomach. My brother was across, in another bed across from me. So I asked him, was that him? I said, Um, I said, Artist, that's his name. I was like, is that you? Are you woke? Are you touching me? And I looked over. He didn't say anything. And I raised my head up and looked over and I saw him in the bed. And oh my gosh. I looked up real quick like that and I didn't see nothing or no one. And I jumped up and I ran out that room, honey. And I told my grandmother what happened. That somebody touched me in my back and sat on my bed and I felt it all. And she was like, honey, that's your grandmother. She's visiting you. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So that was an experience, and I never forgot that to this day about how that hand. I felt the the pressure of like the body sit on the bed, and then I felt the hand go on my back, just like that. Okay, next. So the next time I ever experienced a ghost is okay. I was living in these apartment complexes. I was a young mom. I had 3 children at the time. 3 beautiful little girls. Okay. Since then, I've had 7 kids altogether, but at the time I only had 3. But I have 5 girls altogether now, and 2 boys. But anyway, back then I had 3 beautiful small girls. Okay. So this apartment that I was living in, people used to tell me stories about how they that some man got killed in that apartment that I was in, and they said that apartment was haunted. And when they told me that, it put chills down my spine. I was like, oh my gosh, I got kind of scared. And I said, well, I haven't noticed anything so far. But honey, I guess I spoke too fast because soon after they told me that, I started hearing, okay, these apartments, the way they were made inside, it had some stairs that led up to the bedroom. The living room was downstairs in the kitchen, but you had to walk up a flight of wooden stairs just to go to the bedroom lofty looking area. So, honey, I would sleep downstairs on a mattress. I just loved to camp out downstairs on a mattress, and it was fun to me to sleep down there on the mattress in the living room. So that's what I did. So I noticed through the night that the stairs would creak and 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 it sounded like somebody was walking on the stairs, walking up each and every stairs, honey. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would look up at the stairs. I'm like, what is that? I would hear it all the time. Okay, so one night I was trying to get some sleep and I heard ever so distinctly in my ears, and I never forget this, a voice in my ear. I could feel the breath from the voice come down to my ear and say, I told you so. Just like that. I told you so. And when I opened my eyes, I saw this hand go like this. I saw like a see-through hand reach for me and pull back. Honey, honey. I jumped up, honey, and I ran. I ran out the house. Mind you, now I ain't have my kids with me right then. My grandmother had my kids. She was babysitting my kids. So yeah, y'all don't trip on me thinking I left my kids in the house. But honey, it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I said, let me get out this house. I ran outside. It was like dark outside. I lived in an apartment complex, and it was nobody outside. Everybody was asleep. Seems to like everybody was asleep. I was the only one standing outside in the front of my door. It was cold. I was shivering. I was scared. I was so scared to go back in that house. And I recall that I didn't even go back in that house. I just went on and knocked on my next door neighbor's door, told them I'm scared. They came to the door, which was, which who lived next door to we. I don't know why I'm getting all tongue tied, but the people that lived next door to me was my home girl. She lived with her mom. It was her whole family. So they was like, yeah, come on in. And I explained to them, what happened, and you know and they told me I could spend the night there for tonight, for that night. And honey, I was scared after that to go back in that apartment. I went on and put in for another apartment in the rent office. I told them that place is haunted. Y'all need to move me in another apartment, and they did. And I ended up switching apartments, honey. Yeah. So I never did go back to that apartment. Okay, that's one experience. So my next ghost story is okay. I had a boyfriend that passed away. Yeah, he passed away, and he visited me. No long soon after he passed away. Okay, because one night I was trying to get some sleep, and I was at my sister's house. You know, um, so I'm up there trying to sleep. She had like this boom box up on a stand, like a just a like a bookshelf with a boom box on top of it. And honey, through the night, I just heard like somebody messing around with the boom box, and all of a sudden it came on out of nowhere, and the radio started to play. Like you can hear somebody turn the knob and go click, click it on, and the radio began to play. So I looked, I was like, how that radio came on by itself? You know what I'm saying? So, I said to myself, oh man, that gotta be my boyfriend that passed away visiting me. That gotta be his ghost. He's trying to communicate with me, you feel me? So yeah. I didn't trip, I didn't jump and run like I did the last time. I just kinda laid there and just looked and thought about it, and got sad all over again about his death and started crying and stuff like that because I was trying to get over it. Was so fresh, you feel me, that he had done passed away. So yeah. And I'm trying to see if there's any more ghost stories that I could tell you guys. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's about it. You feel me? That's my 3 ghost stories. I hope you like my stories. You feel me? Yeah. Comment in the section below if you guys have experienced any ghost in your life and if you believe in ghosts. Um, yeah. I've been told stories by my grandmother who has passed away. Rest in peace, Sugar. I love you. But she told me stories about her ghost in her past that she had witnessed, and she told me one story about my grandfather, which was my mom's dad, and my mom has passed away too. Rest in peace, baby. I love you. But she told me about my mom's dad who passed away. That they were like right after he passed away. I think they were at the funeral or right after the funeral when everybody's gathered all up at the house, eating and talking and stuff like that, having a little get together. As they were having a little get together, they heard his voice. It's this distinctive whistle that he used to do all the time. I can't whistle, but it went like and they heard that whistle out of nowhere, like outside, some kind of way like that. And they all like went to tripping, and they went to calling his name, and saying that was him, and he's visiting us, and oh my gosh, that was his spirit, and that's his name was Booster. That's Booster. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that happened to her. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the story. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, y'all comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button for when your girl do what, drop them bangers, and that's on everything. You feel me? All right, be sure to check out my other videos too, y'all. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know your ghost stories. Bye.